Hi, my name is Miranda from Oregon. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to tell you my crazy story of how I lived a double life at school. I was so shy back then that I had to create a whole new persona to express myself. I lived a double life during high school. To the students at school, I was invisible, a shy girl who blended into the background. I was so scared to interact with anyone. If anyone even looked at me, I'd immediately avoid eye contact. But to the world of podcasting, I was the confident and alluring voice known as Glow. It started the summer before last semester. I was at home and bored, so I started a little podcast. It was almost like a diary. Every night, I'd talk about my day and things I did to make the most out of my summer, like spending time at the beach, going on hikes to beautiful locations, visiting eye-drawing cafes. I called myself Glow, and it was sort of a lifestyle podcast, I guess. At first, only a few listeners tuned in, including my parents. But very quickly, I gained more and more listeners. I thought it was just my parents telling their coworkers to listen to my podcast. But when I came back to school in the fall, everyone was talking about Glow. Did you catch Glow's episode last night? Yeah, I did. Hey, there's this podcast I think you'll like. Miranda, hi! Hi, Kylie. How was your summer? Kylie is my best friend since elementary school. We know everything about each other. Did you hear? There's a hot podcaster that captured everyone's attention during the summer. Maybe not everything. But before you all wonder why I didn't tell my best friend about Glow, let me explain. This summer, Kylie went on a family trip to Italy for the entire summer, and I tried to contact her about listening to my podcast before I posted my first episode. But for some reason, she never messaged me back. We were taking a ferry to my grandma's place in Italy, and I accidentally dropped my phone in the sea. I was disconnected the entire summer. Honestly, it was kind of refreshing. Oh, that's why. I have a new number as well, so I hope I didn't miss any important texts from you. Anyway, I just flew in from Italy last night and I'm still kind of jet-lagged. But I kept hearing so much about this Glow person, I had to listen to her podcast. She's pretty amazing. Honestly, she reminds me a lot of you. Just then, I pulled Kylie into the janitor's closet with me. What's going on, Miranda? I have to tell you something, but you have to swear yourself to secrecy. Kylie looked like a puppy dog waiting for her treat. She loves secrets, and I know she can keep this one. You did miss some important messages, like the one where I sent you Glow's first episode so you can give me feedback before I posted it. It took her a few seconds before it finally hit her that I was Glow. That's amazing, Miranda! I knew she sounded familiar, but definitely more confident and alluring than you normally are. After a quick catch-up session in the janitor's closet, Kylie and I were about to leave. But when we opened the door just a crack, we saw Madison Harper. She's really popular, but totally mean. Kylie and I decided to hide in the closet for a bit longer. Madison was chatting with a football player, Victor. Then they kissed. What? I thought Madison was dating Jake Harrison. Ugh, that girl thinks she can do anything she wants. Miranda, you've got to expose her. Tell the world that Madison is a cheater. Whoa, Kylie. You're scaring me. Let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe Madison and Jake broke up. When the coast was clear, Kylie and I hurried to class. When we entered the room, we saw Madison cozying up to Jake. I can't believe it. Madison really is cheating on Jake. This made me so mad. Jake had always been such a nice guy. He didn't deserve this. But maybe he didn't deserve what's coming next. Hey everyone, what's up? I had an amazing summer because of you all, but being back in school is refreshing as well. What I don't find refreshing though are people who aren't loyal to their friends and significant others. Don't go sneaking around making out with football players in the hallway and then going back to cozy up with your boyfriend in first period English. He doesn't deserve that. A healthy partnership requires honesty and communication. If you don't have that, you've already broken it. Don't continue with something that is broken. Move on to something new that will support you. And so, even though I totally regret it, the episode was posted. I left everyone's name out, but I think it's pretty obvious who this could be. Now that I think about it, there's no way of telling whether or not Madison or Jake even listens to my podcast. I didn't even know if they were going to listen to my little vengeance rant. The next day at school, it was pretty obvious though. Oh, they heard it for sure. I'm glad they're broken up, but I felt bad that I'd taken this happiness away from him. At lunch, Kylie and I were eating lunch when we overhear some student chatter. Did you catch last night's episode yesterday? It was wild! Yeah, Glow called out a student. I think it was Madison Harper. That means she has to go to our school. That's so cool and fearless. That Madison had it coming for her. She's so mean to everyone. I can't believe she cheated on Jake. But now Jake's free. Maybe I'll have a chance with him. I don't even know what's the appeal of this Glow person. I listened to some of her stuff last night and she sounds pretty boring. It's fine, babe. At least now we can be together in public. Still, what kind of loser broadcasts their daily life like that? They really must have no friends. At least she had principal. Why did I do that? What kind of ghostly spirit possessed me to blurt something out like that? That chick speaks. Who are you and why are you speaking? Do you think your opinion matters here? Get a life. Let her have her opinion, Madison. Mind if I sit? That's when Jake noticed me. He liked my spunk and started sitting with us at lunch. At first, I only spoke a few words, but Jake made me feel comfortable and I started to come out of my shell. Turns out Jake and I have a lot in common. It was so easy to talk to him. We could chat for hours and never run out of things to say. One day, Jake asked me to the upcoming school dance. The gym was decorated so beautifully. The theme was Midnight in Paris. Jake and I danced together and it was so magical. I've never really gone to these things, but dancing with him came so naturally. Madison saw the two of us together and she was furious. She climbed on stage and took the mic from the DJ. I don't know how she found out, but on stage, Madison reveals that I'm Glow. Everyone in the gym had their eyes on me. I couldn't handle the staring, so I ran out of there as quickly as I could. I hid in the closet. My head was spinning and I was so anxious. What am I going to do? Everyone knows I'm Glow. How am I going to show myself at school after this? Miranda? Kylie told me you might be hiding in here. I'm sorry for breaking you and Madison up. Don't apologize. I should be thanking you. Look, Miranda, I already knew you were Glow. What? I mean, I didn't know at first, but the more I got to know you and the more I listened to Glow's podcast, your voices are identical. Right. I guess it was kinda obvious. Even though you're pretty shy outside of the podcast, I could see Glow in you. There's no need to hide. You should show your amazing self to the world, okay? The next day at school, I walked down the hallway with my head held high, feeling a newfound sense of confidence. As I walked past Madison, I noticed that she looked at me with a mixture of hatred and envy. I knew that she would never forgive me for what I had done, but I didn't care anymore. As I sat down in the classroom, I noticed that several of my classmates were staring at me. They whispered amongst themselves as I walked to my seat, wondering if I was really the mysterious Glow. As the day went on, more and more people came up to me and asked if I was Glow. I didn't try to deny it anymore. Instead, I owned up to it and told them that yes, I was Glow. To my surprise, most of my classmates were thrilled to finally know who Glow really was. They thought it was cool that someone in their school had the guts to express myself the way I do when I'm Glow. Looking back on it now, I can't believe how much I've grown since then. I'm no longer that shy and invisible girl who used to hide behind a podcast persona. I'm a confident and outspoken young woman who knows that her voice can make a difference in the world. And even though I still cringe a little bit when I think about some of the things I said on that podcast, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. It was the moment that I truly found my voice, and I'll always be grateful for that.